We can't even, I don't even know what you guys are going to react like to this video, but you will not believe
what kind of bird
this chick brought to our masterclass.
Is this one a male or female?
Well, we won't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet. It'll be I've read that at 7 months of age, you can start seeing the differences, the behavioral differences. Because this species is not dimorphic. Okay. But behaviorally, you'll know.
Right.
Okay, so.
So what did you bring to our parrot training class?
My name's Heather, and I operate an exotic animal petting zoo. So I have everything from, reptiles, snakes, and turtles, and bugs, spiders, scorpions, chinchillas, and hedgehogs, parrots, a variety of these exotic animals, and I come and do birthday parties. So we have the large blue and gold macaw. She does a lot of our big photo booth events. We have our little Budgie. He'll do certain classroom events. And I really wanted a bird that I could take to a birthday party, and because all my birds are flighted, so I needed a bird that could be outdoors without me having seen the venue. If I come to your house for your kid's party, I don't know what it looks like. So I needed a bird that could go in any area outdoors and help educate kiddos without a major fly-off risk or without necessarily having to do the same level of free flight training I do like with the blue and gold. So, do you want me to get them out or just talk about them?
You can take them out.
Okay, so we are curious if you guys can pause the video right now and leave a comment with what kind of bird you think this could possibly be about.
And don't ruin it for anybody else. If you already watched the next part, or you skipped ahead, or you read the comments, don't ruin it for anybody else because
legitimately
I really want to know what your guess is.
Yeah. Especially with what Heather is saying that she was looking for out of a bird and all the criteria that this bird had to meet. If you guys have any sort of guess, I cannot wait to read the comments. Before you actually know the answer, please put it in a comment of what type of bird you think this could possibly be, because I didn't see it coming.
It's crazy.
This is Oreo, and he's an Indian fantail pigeon. He's just a baby. We got him actually from the nest when he was still naked and spiky, and we hand-fed him and raised him. And the reason I went specifically with an Indian fan-tailed pigeon is because they get so many tail feathers that it's difficult for them to have good flight. So his flight just naturally is never going to be very good. So I can keep him flighted. I'm trying to work on flight training with him, and I think we're having really good success. But I just, so everything's going to be about the pigeon. And I figured you're a magician. Pigeons, doves, Columbidae family. You're going to have some for me.
And you were worried about the cockatoo.
This is a first. Someone brought a pigeon to class.
Funny.
So, so he's your student for today.
And what is it? I know you were dodging answering questions earlier because you want to ask them in the class. So
right. Okay.
I'm curious what.
Okay. So I've been.
What are we supposed to do with this pigeon?
So I've been professionally working with parrots for 17 years, and I've, I started following you guys quite a few years ago. So I've known how to work with them, and then I've learned a bunch of great things from you guys. I've learned how to do permission-based training, and that's been a life changer with the parrots. I've got all of my birds on your nutritional feeding system, so they have that in the morning, they have the green pellets at night. Even the Budgie eats the pellets plain, like they do great. And I understand body language and hormones a lot because of you guys too. And so I help other people with their birds. I have great success with my own birds. But then I get this pigeon, and as I'm using him, I'm realizing I don't know that his body language is the same. I know how to not hormonally trigger my blue and gold. Are hormones a thing with pigeons? I don't know. I know that with him, because again, being a baby, I've been teaching him how to step up, and I understand, and we're getting some of that. I know they're smart, and I have these ideas on different things I can train him to do for shows, but I don't quite understand his body language Like occasionally I'll have him and he'll go and it'll look like he's turning to bite, but I don't know if that's what he's doing. I know that when I hand fed him, he liked he liked to eat out of fingers. So I just basically, knowing that you've worked with doves, I figure you've got to have some sort of basic handling skills with them. I know, see, like he shakes a bit. Come here, buddy. He shakes a bit, and I'm trying, I think from Google, that's standard. It can be nerves, excitement, and so right now I just kind of handle it through like avoidance. I don't coddle him through it. I've tried to do the whole hold his feet thing, but it's broken some feet feathers.
Sorry, you guys. I don't know how to silence my
But I mean, so I don't know, basically if there's like other ways I can handle him, hold him, do stuff with him.
Pigeon.
Any ideas you have on how Oreo can be a better show pigeon and things that I can do to help, well, like I don't want to create a biter. I think the number one thing on my mind is that we did some events recently and I would hold him out and I have him just sit on a flat hand because of his muffs. And I have the kids pet him. That's what they're called. Well, okay, now here's the other thing I know you guys really love. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm so sorry. My son says he needs me
That's
right
okay.
now, and I've never.
It might be locked. Feel free to unlock it. There you go. And then another thing is, you know, he does have his diaper. And, you know, I get that on him, no problem.
It's even leopard print.
Yes. Yes, well, because, you know, it's safari theme shows, so I pull up in a zebra striped Jeep, you know. But, yeah, like, I want to know, like, when he turns, like, watch, pet him. So, like that. Is that biting turning aggression? Is that biting is trying to figure out what's going on? How do I work with him so that I don't reinforce biting or create a biter? And because, you know, in parrot world, like one of my first things would be like, oh, like if you hormonally stimulate your bird, you create that monogamous mate thing. Of course they bite. I get that. Or, you know, don't pet your bird and stroke them that way. I just don't know if any of that translates. And I guess maybe you don't. I don't know. Hopefully you
Yeah,
do.
so my pigeon experience is very, very, very limited. My dove experience goes a solid 30 years of being around them and 20 of those years performing with them extensively.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I ever had a dove bite me was when they were on eggs.
Okay.
So from that standpoint, there's
Right.
doesn't appear to be a lot of crossover. From a show environment standpoint, though, the first thing that comes to mind that I think could be really cool, and I would flight train.
Oreo. Sorry, he's gonna go on your head.
Okay.
So originally, we trained him how to fly to the kids' heads, and then we've been transitioning it to the hand and a hat. So there we go.
So what I did with the doves is I got a metal shot glass and filled it with seed, and I would hold it in my hand with my finger out.
Okay.
And so I would start with like short flights, just here
Right.
to the hand, then they'd eat, and then I'd pick
Right.
them up, do a little, and then eventually I'd have them go out a little bit and come back. And so what you could do is potentially where I'm going is like instead of having him bite when somebody's petting, because what happened is when he was being pet and he bit, you took him away from that, right? So that could in theory reinforce it. But if he associates being pet with always getting food at the same time, that might be able to pair that petting equals food.
Right.
In a simple way of putting it.
See, we've tried. See, like right now, like I'm putting your seed right here. Is that what you're after?
Well, his muffs.
So do you see how like now he's going for it, but it's just so that's basically. I don't want to create a biter because I need to use it for kids. But this is all new to me. I don't know what that means. I don't know because like you can see. I mean, I'm even like showing food and yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know much about the species, but behaviorally speaking.
Let's see, he throws it. He didn't even eat it.
What are you feeding? Where do you get that?
Okay, this is a mix of.
This looks like the handmade Budgie one.
It's a lot of that, yeah.
Okay.
So it's got a lot of the stuff from the handmade Budgie seed.
Okay.
I have found if I get him to take any sort of treat, it's safflower, and that comes in like the standard dove and quail mix. But see how he's. So I don't know.
He
So
seems aggressive to me.
a little bit, yeah. And it's. I mean, granted, he's just turned 3 months old. Come here. He's just turned 3 months old, so that's why I'm like, okay, like I want to figure it out now. But anyways, it's a lot of grains and seeds, and I have given him the chop. He doesn't seem to eat it. I was giving it to him outside, and then we got some ants, so I did his Xavier outside. So now I'm trying to give it to him when he's in the house, and this diaper doesn't fit the best, so I have a new one coming. Oh, it's a different design, and once that one, it's the same design as my chicken diaper, so yes, I have chickens that play piano too. And yeah, so I just...
I'm looking up what I feed the doves, so that I can give it to you.
Yeah, sure.
And
Right.
just be like,
So did you feed waste-free exclusively?
At least he lands on people.
Yeah.
It does make me wonder about like male versus female, because at least with doves, we found, like, I would tell Dave, I'm like, try to get all females with like one male.
My first thought was a male with this one.
Mine too.
Okay.
Because the females were just so much easier, whereas the males were aggressive to the females, they were aggressive to each other. They were just a nightmare, and I'd always be like, dude, we have way too many males in this flock. Go get more females.
So you did notice a difference?
Oh, totally. Totally.
Yeah,
No,
if I was performing full time, I would have only females.
Okay, so interesting. Okay, so now another question. When I got him from the breeder, he was the only baby, so I was just gonna be stuck with whatever. But I was under the impression that if I wanted a pigeon that I could use at parties and kids could handle, I would need to raise it and raise it with people. Is that the case? Because I've heard you guys say sometimes, oh, you swap them with breeders and they go back. So does that mean you're able to just, oh, it's a male, he's not working, let's try a female, and you're able to swap it, or?
With doves, I'll show up, like I flew to Kyrgyzstan and met the doves that morning and had them in the show that night.
I will
with the
say
dove act.
though, like the dynamic between the doves is always different based on how many males or how many females you have. Because you have to keep in mind, we weren't working with just one.
Yes,
we
we had
were
a
working
group.
with a group.
And I'd get 8 and I used 6, so I'd pick the best out of the...
Like looking them up for this.
Kind of
So-
like molested them.
Ours were, was it streptococcus or something?
Okay. Okay.
But I will say, like when we went to the Mediterranean and we worked with this other guy's flock because we didn't travel that international with ours,
was so good.
he had the best flock.
We almost paid a lot of money to import them.
We were just like, can we keep these? Because they were
Smart.
amazing. And I don't know if we had a mix of male and female. They got along really, really well, so it was probably
I
primarily
think it was mostly
female.
females. Ditcha and red wristband.
Yeah, but they were my favorites. So I think our dynamic was different because we always had a flock. We've never just had a single dove that we've messed with. But he seems like a male to me just based off the posturing and stuff. But that said, with very little experience with actual pigeons.
Right. Come here.
So in conclusion, we don't know jack
cut my
about
head
this.
off.
No, your
There you
head's
go.
there. You got a hat. How would you conclude this video?
This is not the most common scenario for a masterclass. We like masterclasses because we're exposed to all sorts of birds that we maybe wouldn't normally work with, like this one. But yeah, they have been consistently parrots until today.
This is the first. I feel like in conclusion, we don't do pigeons.